The chronic, you don't need to worry about it.
Hey, welcome to the Hitmakers Unite podcast, where we got artists, producers, A&Rs, engineers, anybody in the music industry telling their story, how they grinding in the music industry. I'm Malachi, the host, but today we got Vision. What's up, bro?
What's good with you? What's good with you?
Man, so, introduce yourself, bro. This man, monster producer. Let's go.
For sure, man. So I go by Vision, man. Producer, entrepreneur, content creator, trying to do it all, man. So, I'm just very, grateful to be here and chop it up and kind of tell my story and stuff. So, thank you for having me, man.
Bet. So where are you based at right now?
So currently I'm based in Atlanta. I just came from Ohio. So, I had to leave the spot. It was cool in Ohio, but even just being here in Atlanta in the 3 months I've been here, it's been a very big pivot for my career.
Bet. So that's a big change, and I'm sure it was strategic. You really thought this through. So talk us through the purpose of that move and what you've seen as a difference being in Atlanta versus Ohio.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, I actually just graduated with my degree in communication and psychology from the University of Cincinnati. So I was in Cincinnati for that purpose, but I was from Cincinnati. And I did music throughout the whole time. I just could kind of see that I needed to make that move. I was missing out on certain stuff. I know people always say you could do anything through the internet, and it is true. I got homies in Germany and all that making, connecting the dots from overseas, but you really got to be able to put a face to a name, and to really do that, you got to be in the studio sessions and stuff like that. So that's when I was like, all right, cool. I need to get up out of Ohio, get to Atlanta. I'm with my shorty, my fiance right now. We actually planned that move out months in ahead. Came down to Atlanta a couple times, check out some spots. Finally found something we liked. We booked it and just made that leap of faith. Once it was time to move, we just moved down here, bro. It was literally just like that. Just that simple. Sometimes you just gotta do it. So that's how it went, man.
That's nice, bro. That's a real leap of faith, bro. Really investing in your career too. You kind of already mapped out how you was gonna move, but what have you seen? What have you tapped into since you've been in Atlanta?
Yeah, for sure. So the biggest thing off rip is just the sense of community has really allowed me to maneuver and kind of move around the city. I mean, bro, there's events going on every day that I ain't stuff that I've never even seen in Ohio that we would never do because the artist isn't there or the community ain't there. So there's been I've been to open mics. I've been to speaking sessions, open panels. Some of the people from Pandora Radio was there. And I just networked in that situation. Even just this past weekend was Revolt, which was a super big, entertainment situation where you could network. I went there, chopped it up with folks there. So just that alone, it's just the opportunity is everywhere. If you can't make it in Atlanta, bro, maybe you need to pick something else, man. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so to back it up a bit, bro, I see a guitar behind you or a bass guitar. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
This man, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about how you jumped into music and your background in it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I started as an artist, right? So I started as an artist probably 2012. Now, mind you, I was kind of emulating my big cousin. He was a rapper, so I'm like, man, let me be a rapper, right? So me and my cousin really started rapping in 2012. At the time, in 2012, I was 12, which is fried. But I was really rapping and trying to take on the J. Cole persona. I was really chopping it up, trying to be really lyrical at that time. And so what I noticed was I was like, damn, okay, we both good at rapping, but who gonna record us? I'm like, damn, you're right. So I had to learn how to record. We was doing bullshit too, bro. When I say we was recording off the iPhone, you had to be quiet through your whole time until the next person's part came on. We was doing the most, bro. Hey. So I had to learn how to do that, right? So I learned how to record. That's how I found out about FL Studio. Then we was like, cool, we got that down. We was taking YouTube beats. Then I was like, man, we need more beats though. Who gonna make this type beat? I was like, I guess I got to do that too. You know what I mean? So started doing the beats, and I was like, hold on. This is kind of fire. You know what I mean? Started cooking up on the beats, man. And once I started touching that, it was raps. So I ain't want to do nothing else. I let the artist stuff go. I let the engineering stuff go, and just focus full time on making beats, bro. And so I don't come from no classical training or no music classes or nothing like that. It was just kind of all like, I grew up in the YouTube era. So if you ain't know how to do it, you look it up. You know what I mean?
Right. Man, that's crazy. Like how you got into music. It was like you kind of just messing around and then found something you love. That's how
just
it
like
is.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's how it be.
But yeah, so you've been grinding with the music and producing for a minute, and bro, you've been, I would say, extremely successful, man. So like, just
man, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah. Just share like some of the placements and people you work with.
Yeah, for sure. So, what's really cool for me is like by making the connections early on, I was able to get some dope placements. So like, I've worked with Vito, who's now going crazy. You know what I mean? Everybody knows who Vito is. But so, that was one of my biggest placements when I first started. Like that was 2017. Like I was like, oh shit. Like I was 17, 18, with a record with Vito. That was crazy for me. Another major one that was super fire, was Wi-Fi's Funeral. That was super dope. He kind of, for some people don't know who he is, some people do, but he was in the XXX vibe, around that type of area, Trippie Redd and them type. Some more stuff would have been like some of my unreleased stuff, and I know all my producer people out here can relate. Some of my unreleased shit is crazy, right? So, and we can talk about that later too. But so I have unreleased records with Chris Brown, unreleased records with Trey Songz. But the list just keeps going. I have records with Trina, which is random. I got records with Marcus Houston. I can't even. It's so funny now because I can't really think of all of them off the top of my head. But 4 or 5 years ago, I was dying for a placement. Well, I couldn't. If anybody, just use my beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a nice progression for sure, man.
Yeah, man. That's excellent, bro. Really gotta applaud you on that. And so, bro, obviously they didn't just come to your door and be like, "Hey, what's up with the beats?" I'm sure you was hustling. So, like, just hit on that. Like, how did you get that?
Man. So the main thing that I did really was like just the networking, man. It's just making those connections. And I think, like I said before, like I got in so early. I was like, so right now, right, if you talk to a producer, he gonna be like, how you get your placements. Most time they gonna say loops, right? Loops. That's cool. Everybody using loops. You send them out, you get a placement, cool. But I was doing that shit in like 2016, 2017, before it really was a thing. Like there was no such thing as loop makers, right? I had some other homies who would make some loops too, but we weren't calling it something. We weren't like, oh, I'm a loop maker. So what that allowed me to do was send out, and at the time, since nobody was doing it, everybody was using my shit. So I would send it out to these bigger producers. These bigger producers have connections with these bigger artists, and then it would just be a placement. You know what I mean? And usually when it comes through that way, it's like the paperwork is done properly. Like I've been paid for almost all my placements properly. All my shit is registered properly, which a lot of people ain't gonna be able to say because sometimes it's through some, oh, he say, she say, and oh, I checked this, da. So that's kind of how I got these placements, bro. And even still to this day, like I still get them like that. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different now because now we got loop makers and sample makers. But yeah, bro, that's how I kind of grinded and climbed up, was just doing the samples. That's how I got the placements, man.
Bad, bro. Crazy strategy. Early
Man,
on, like, because now there's like
bro.
whole software. Is like there's like Splice where you used to get loops like crazy, right?
Bro, that wasn't a thing, bro. Niggas, the idea of even saying loops, like, bro, when we used to send collabs to each other, you weren't sending a loop. Like, you would send a whole project file, drums and all, and then I would add some, you would add some. That's how we used to collab, bro. The last time I couldn't remember someone saying, let's collab, and they send me a zip loop package. Like, that's fried, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nobody doing that no more, man. So, yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, nice. Bro, all right, so getting back into these artists a little bit. Bro, these artists, I mean, who you mentioning? Vito, Chris Brown, Tory Lane, like Marcus Houston, like these are R&B. A lot of them are R&B, but then you got Wi-Fi's Funeral, like that's a whole different lane, a whole different artist.
All different.
So like, how would you describe your style like when making beats? Like, how do you approach making beats? Do you do it for artists or for sound? Like, how do you go off of that?
the main way that I've done it, and it's slowly molded to this point in time. But I really just do R&B, bro. Like R&B is really my main thing. I know a couple of my homies. Shout out to MVA. Shout out to 17. Shout out to Figures. Like, we all kind of started at the same time, and you know they got placements like Money Man and those type placements. I saw myself at that time. I just didn't resonate with that music. It just wasn't for me. So it was like, man, I'm about to just do my own thing. And so now I'm just doing straight R&B. You know what I mean? Now, granted, when I do R&B, it's not necessarily like her R&B or, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Which that's just, to me, in my opinion, modern day real R&B. You know, the 3/4 time signature, real slow. I'm doing more on the like Bryson Tiller, Chris Brown R&B, which therefore allows people to add trap drums if they want it, and then you get a situation like the Wi-Fi's funeral joint. Because bro, that's the sample. I did the sample on that. My boy SK did the drums. In that sample is really, so I was in the bathroom. I just think I got out of the shower or something. I was singing a melody in my head. I just recorded the voice memo and was like, and sang out this melody, sent it to my iPhone or sent it to my computer, added some keys, yada yada, and it was a sample. And then I sent it to SK. He finished the joint, sent it to Wi-Fi's funeral. And if you listen to the song, you hear this person singing throughout the whole joint, and that's me on the damn. You know what I mean? Mind you, at the time, like I said, niggas wasn't doing that. That was fraud. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy. Did you get artist credits for that? Like,
Nah, I wish though. That would have been crazy. That'd have been crazy though.
But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's cool. So, like, I want to take a step back. Like, all right, so we kind of talked about like your approach with music, but like, why do it? Like, what do you find in it that really, I guess, inspires you or gives you joy?
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, even though I didn't start making music till I was about 12, I was still surrounded by it. You know what I mean? My dad was a DJ. My grandma was a jazz singer.
Wow.
My grandpa was a jazz player. Like, I mean, my grandma could sing. She taught herself how to play piano. We had this big, in my grandma's crib, this fat ass, like, piano that, like, you could tell it to play a song. It would just, like, it was some off the wall shit, bro.
Yeah.
So, like, music was just always just a part of my life. You know what I mean? And so I didn't make the connection really until I started to think, like, right. So right now I'm 23. Like, I thought about it like, damn, bro, you've been making music damn near half your life now. You know what I mean? It comes to a point like, damn, this really is your passion. This, you can't, nobody does something for 12 years just to do it. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Maybe a job that's you're gonna see money every day, cool. But you're talking about something where some people never see success from it. You know what I mean? So, I was like, damn, so this is really what I love to do. And it truly is, man. And that's kind of how I started to realize, like, damn, this is a passion for me. This is how I really started to fall in love with it, doing it every day. You know what I mean? And everybody said the same thing, you know, like in high school, niggas was at parties. I know. Yeah. And it's true though. Like in high school, when people was at parties, I was at a studio. I was in my crib, you know, cooking up. Right. That is valid. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know, I know everybody say it, but no, it's facts. It's true though, you know, so. That's kind of how I got there. You know what I mean?
Bad. All right, so jumping back into this R&B space, like I'm really interested because, you know, you got P. Diddy saying R&B is dead. And then you as a R&B focused producer, like, how do you feel about that comment? Like, what you think about that?
Well, bro, like, to be honest, you know, everybody got they stuff they like to say, and that's fine. And P. Diddy is a figure in the scene. You know what I mean? So what he says is cool, but you got to look at the contribution to R&B. Like, what has he contributed to R&B currently? You know what I mean? So we are the product, like we create the product. So if R&B is the sense of being dead, and to be honest, I'm not 100% disagreeing with him. I'm not saying R&B is dead, but R&B is not the focus in the industry right now, for sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that is not, you know what I mean? That is not first place right now. Where at a time, especially during P. Diddy's time, it was. You know what I mean? Like, that was the number ones. That was the charts. That was, you know, so, and things get a little freaky now because they try to split R&B and hip hop into one. And so then it pushes people out the way. So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I think we're responsible. I mean, you know, everybody has their opinions. I think we should just go harder. You know, there's tons of, hundreds of fire people that I know that make R&B. They just don't got the light that everybody else do.
For
you
sure.
know,
Yeah.
I got some cat like the joint I did with Trina and my boy Brandon Christian. Brandon Christian that nigga will sing notes around people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cold, super cold, but we just gotta they just gotta get the light. They just gotta get their time. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I mean, that's a good response. I personally feel like the R&B, he knew it. You know, he knew R&B in a certain way,
Right.
and I feel like that R&B maybe is dead or not. You know,
Right.
so popular anymore. You know what I mean, he did the whole making the band, everything like that's
Exactly.
That's
That's what I'm saying. That's a different time, bro.
Right.
It's different now.
Right.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't even do a show like that right now because shit, you get on TikTok and something just happened to go viral, you put your cell phone now. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
So
right.
it's very different. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I get what he's saying, but it is what it is.
All right, bet. All right, so you kind of mentioned you used FL 12 years ago. Like, what you using right now?
FL.
FL still.
FL, I never switch. But so it's crazy though. So I used FL. I used FL to record, which is, I know all my engineers out there are gonna probably be like, ugh, I know, but I didn't know I was 12. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like FL is not an audio engineering software by any means. But I actually, when I first really started making beats, I hopped into, I wanted to be different so damn bad that I saw that the producers using FL were like Metro Boomin, like trap producers. So I was like, man, yo, I'm logical, I'm serious, I'm different than y'all. So I tried to go into Reason, and Reason is a software, and you know, shout out to the people still using it. Some people do, but oh, it's very different, especially at that time, bro. Like, you couldn't, there was no VSTs in Reason. Like, everything was in-house, so you couldn't pull nothing from nowhere else. Like, everything was there. So I really used Reason, but then I started to be like, all right, bro, and I switched to FL.
Yeah.
But to this day, I use
FL.
FL now. Yeah, like FL is a goat.
You update with the versions. Which version you on?
Yeah. So
Always
I got the beta right now. I'm with it. I'm like, man, turn it up. Anything new y'all bringing, I'm with it. Yeah, for sure.
Bet. All right, so you mentioned early on, like you not only do like production, making beats, all that. You also are influencer. You also doing these other entrepreneurial type things. And one thing I peeped that you are doing right now is that you an influencer for Wave Monopoly. And like you doing social media content basically for them. So like talk about that.
Yeah, man. So the owner, and for those who don't know what Wave Monopoly is, if you don't know, you probably seen bro's videos or you probably seen his ads. You know what I mean? Boy is a marketing genius. My boy Q, crazy, the GOAT, bro. So I've actually known the owner of Wave Monopoly. I really don't even, we met through my boy Denuzo. Shout out to Denuzo. He reached out to me a couple months ago. It was right around the time where I was finishing up school. And he was like, look, bro, I want you to join the team. I originally was supposed to do something else for the brand. As time went on, it turned into then me becoming a content creator because he started to see like I was doing reels and doing all the Instagram stuff. And so that's how then that partnership began. Now, mind you, me and bro are like it's really the homie though. So we got like, you know, we've been doing work with each other for years. But in terms of this new stuff, not really. We wasn't doing content and all that. We was doing like records because he writes and he do everything, produce. And so that, you know, that sparked this. And so what I've been doing now is kind of like full ahead doing like most of the content for Wave Monopoly. And so the short form content, absolutely. Like, so we're trying to build that producer fan base. He obviously has a large artist fan base, but we need the producer fan base as well. So we've been building up on that, bro. We got some crazy stuff in the works, man. I cannot wait to showcase it for everybody, bro. It's really just the start, man. So we're gonna do some revolutionary stuff. We got a podcast coming, bro. We got it's so much stuff coming, bro. I cannot wait. But yeah, man. So you know, I do the content for Wave Monopoly, bro. I love it, man.
Nice. Y'all probably seen, all the producers probably seen some kind of sponsor ad or something come through.
You had to, bro. You had to, bro. And even if you didn't, bro, years ago, bro was doing these like videos where he would sound like certain artists. And so, bro, that went viral, bro. We bringing it all back, bro. Wave Monopoly bro, just wait. Give us a year, and it's gonna be a very different conversation, man.
Bet. Yeah, so I mean that's really good, bro. And I feel like that's a strategy not only for like what you're doing with Wave Monopoly, but that could be a strategy for like producers or artists in general. Is like this
Yeah.
social media lane, right? So let's just hit on that. Like, you got IG Reels going up, YouTube Shorts. They just announced like $100 million in funding. Like,
Yep.
what's your strategy when it comes to these things?
The biggest strategy that I would say, bro, is like at first so first you got to get rid of the mental block that'll be like, oh, bro, that's corny. I'm not about to do no skit. You know what I mean? I'm not, and that's a lot of the attitude for a lot of people. It was for me. For the longest, I'm like, man, I ain't about to get on here and do no damn skit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a producer. Bro, you're tripping. You better get on there and do that damn skit. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is now. It's content, entertainment. And the more you entertain people, the more followers, more views, the more residual income, more customers. So my strategy really is take something that's inside whatever you're doing. So if you're doing podcasting, if you're doing clothes or whatever, go to IG, go to the sound section. You could type in sounds, or you'll just find them when you're on looking at reels. Go to the sound, and if that sound has a pointing arrow upwards, that means it's trending, which means Instagram will be more likely to push that for you because it's already trending. Use that sound, look at the video that person did, recreate it, but apply it to you. You know what I mean? One of my videos did something crazy. It was like 200 shares, 26,000 views. It was just something dumb, and it was so simple, bro. But it was relatable. You don't always got to be Kevin Hart. You don't got to be funny necessarily. Just be relatable to your audience.
Yeah.
And that's what you can do. Rinse, repeat. There's a million of it that's all over Instagram. You know what I mean? And so that's just kind of the strategy, at least for Instagram. But what the benefit of it is, you could take the video, download it, take it to TikTok.
Right.
Put the same video, same sound.
Right.
Take that same video, put it on YouTube Shorts. I mean, it's you know what I mean? I think we try to overthink it and complicate it, and it's not that deep, bro.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Man, this man giving out gems, period. Like, I don't even care if you're
bro.
a producer, artist, bro. Just a regular person trying to make content. Bro, that's a super gem, bro. I'm thinking about
Facts, bro.
what I'm doing here and how I need to step it up.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro, it's really, bro, just get to it, man. Don't wait, man. Get to it.
Bad. Bro, this interview been amazing, dog. Like, this man, so many gems, bro. How to get these placements, bro. Like,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
this is what's up, bro. But let the people, anybody that want to collaborate with you, like, get a beat from you, like, just connect with you. Like, what's your socials?
Yeah, man, follow me at Proud by VSN. It's going to be the same everywhere, so that's where you can connect. Instagram is the best place to connect with me. If you even want to chop it up on Reels, on any of that, just hit my DMs, man. It's always open.
Bad. So thank y'all for listening. Thank you, Vision, for jumping on here, bro. It's been amazing for real, dog. Like, I really appreciate you having me on here.
Appreciate you, man, for sure.
Now, I want all the artists listening, all the producers, any fans, bro. If you a fan too, bro, like, we got a community building just for y'all. We got a Discord server, and basically, bro, we're gonna start doing open mics on there. We're gonna have beat battles on there, and like, this is just a way for y'all to possibly win some little cash on the side and network and help each other. So, bro, tap into that. It's gonna be in the episode details. Be sure to check that out. Other than that, peace.